This is the Jason Walker Show. Two-time National Sports Media Association Montana Sportscaster of the Year and three-time loser, the Jason Walker Show. The best local and statewide sports coverage, featuring the biggest guests from Montana.
Flint Rasmussen joining us here on the Jason Walker Show.
He's freaking exhausting, too. You used to dance a lot more. Yeah, I know, lady. I'm 51 years old now.
The NAI Hall of Famer Mike Van Diest joining us here, Jason Walker Show. And is it just a deal where quarterbacks have to be good golfers?
Well, that's all they have time for. They don't work out. They don't lift weights. They don't do anything else. They might as well go get on the golf course and at least have some fun.
And from across the country,
Doug Gottlieb, our guest here on the Jason Walker Show.
End of the day, remember, it's your show. It's got your name on it.
Howie Mandel, our guest here.
Jason Walker, deal or no deal?
the Jason Walker Show.
Hey, what up? Happy Wednesday, the Jason Walker Show. This is hanging out inside the Above All Handyman Services Man Cave. Get a hold of Above All Handyman Services in Helena and also in Colorado Springs for all of your, well, handyman services needs. Coming up today, That's What She Said. Alex Eschelman will join us from Bozeman. Update on new contracts and spring football and much more. Also, Reed Harris is going to join us. Tomorrow on the show, Flint Rasmussen talks PBR. And Nicole Reeby will join us as well. So, looking forward to tomorrow, but we got to get through today, and that means the opening segment, which is brought to you by Montana Custom Log Homes, the premier log home company in the industry with three distinct divisions, so you can create the log home of your dreams and your budget. You've got milled log, you've got handcrafted, and you've got timber frame. Also, project management services. And they are veteran-owned, family-owned, woman-owned, and operated. YourCustomLog.com to get started today. So, lots of good reception on the Clint Lang interview from yesterday. If you missed it, you can go to JasonWalkerShow.com. You can go there for any of our previous shows. You can also watch us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Listen on Podbean, Network One Sports, TreasureStateRadio.com, and more. So, we mentioned lots of positive feedback and people behind Clint Lang out of Jefferson. And Monday night, we'll see what happens because you've got a special board meeting which has been called 7 p.m. at the Jefferson High gymnasium, and we'll see if the school board can right its wrongs. So hopefully that will be the case. And Clint Lang will have his job back. That's what everybody's hoping for. And there you go. Let's see. You've got great softball going on. How about East Helena? Bell Surgeoner, 18 strikeouts yesterday in a win over Butte Central. Vigilantes beat the Maroons 6-3. Riley Stevenson had an inside-the-park home run, but early nominee in the clubhouse leader for Auto Contest Performance of the Week, as Bell Surgeoner had 18 strikeouts over 7 innings. That's that's pretty good, and that's not too shabby. No question about that. Hey, one thing we're really big supporters of is Troy Strong, and little boy up in Great Falls. Not so little anymore, but after 5 years of having a port in his chest, that came out a couple weeks ago. The dude's in remission, and there are blood drives all over the state coming up in June. You need to get on the schedule with American Red Cross, and we'll run through them here. But you've got Butte on Friday, June 24th at the Maroon Activity Center. You've got Helena coming up on the 22nd of June at the Donation Center. Billings is holding its Troy Strong blood drive at Rocky at the Student Center June 22nd. You also have Havre, St. Jude Parish Center, the 22nd of June. Bozeman's got two. One at the Blood Donation Center on the 21st of June, and then MSU is holding one in the sub ballroom on campus June 30th. And then, of course, Great Falls is coming up at the Blood Donation Center June 23rd, Kalispell on the 22nd, and Missoula on the 23rd of June. So get on the schedule in any of those cities to with the Red Cross, American Red Cross, to hashtag Troy Strong. And people need blood. It's much needed all over, and Montana no different. So help out if you can. And we'll remind you a little, throughout the course of the next couple months as well. They'll sell out, or not sell out, but those fill up pretty quick. So you're going to want to get in there. You got College Rodeo, NIRA circuit, the Big Sky region wrapping up its spring portion of the schedule coming up. Well, it was going to be this weekend. It'll actually be next weekend because Miles City got moved to next week. But on the men's side, Montana State with a pretty dominant, almost 1,800-point lead over Montana Western. And then you've got on the women's side, the Bobcats with about a 1,500-point lead over MSU Northern. And the all-around men being led by Caleb Berquist of Montana State by about 1,000 points. McKenna Schauer from Northern Montana, or MSU Northern, has taken over the lead in the women's all-around in front of 4 Bobcats. On the Saddle Bronc, you've got Garrett Tyler from Northern leading the way. Caleb Meeks, Cole Trexler sitting second and third, MSU and Miles. Barebacks, Montana Western, Trevor Kay, who won again, has the lead over Caleb Nordstrom and Nathaniel Deerhammer, and 2 other Bobcats sitting in 4th and 5th. Bull riding, William Hughes of Northwest, along with Sterling Rogers of Northwest. Chase Runfula and Bucky McAlpine sitting 3rd and 4th from MSU. Tie down, Caleb Berquist has the lead for the Bobcats. Huge lead, like 800 points over Edward Ramirez of Western. In steer wrestling, it's Bryce Harrison of Montana Western with the lead. On the team roping side, Caleb Berquist leading the heading side, and Tegan Leno the heeling side from MSU. They're teammates and both really good. In barrel racing, Taylor Moykins from Montana State, about a nearly 100-point lead over University of Montana cowgirl Ashton Carlson. Alexis McDonald of MSU sitting in 3rd. And then in breakaway, it's McKenna Schauer, 340-point lead over Molly Salmond of MSU. Goat tying, Paige Rasmussen, the defending all-around national champ, leading the way with 980 points. And it's coming down to the last couple of weeks in College Rodeo for the Bobcats of Montana State, Montana, Northwest, Miles, Dawson, Providence, Northern. You've got a lot of great. They're in Missoula this week, and that will be a fun one in Missoula. Barney Sheridan doing the announcing. He's so good. He actually Facebooked, I saw earlier today, where he's been doing the rodeo longer than most of these kids have been alive. But that'll be on Friday and Saturday at outside over there in Missoula in the weather, because it's going to get nasty this weekend. And then Miles next week on the Thursday, Friday, I guess, next week. So, College Rodeo. And then, the pro rodeo season is just around the corner. It's just around the corner in Montana. You got the NRA kicking off, the PRCA kicking off in June as well. So, lots of great stuff for rodeo across the state of Montana. And, of course, we follow it big time here on the show because people care. People care. Let's see here. Frontier Conference Championships just wrapped up. The Montana Tech track and field team are the Frontier Conference champs. Just the second year that they've been competing as a full team. This is the first season as a full team. Just got some breaking news. Kyle Hansen tweeting out from Montana Sports that Mick Morris is stepping down as the head football coach at Hellgate. He helped resurrect that team, because they missed, the 2015 season. He came in 16 and got them from a JV schedule back up to varsity, and we wish Coach Morris the best in retirement. But that just happened, just breaking. By the way, that Tech women are the Frontier Conference champs. On the men's side, it's Carroll. That just wrapped up in Great Falls, just not too long ago. So there you go. And I think you're all caught up for the day so far. What else is going on? Well, you got new contracts for Brent Vegan, Tricia Binford, Danny Sprinkle. And when we come back here on the Jason Walker Show, we'll check in with Alex Eschelman. We'll talk about that, the transfer portal maybe as well, and how did spring scrimmage go for the Bobcats? We'll check in. Alex Eschelman, that's what she said, Wednesday, coming up next when we return. The opening segment of the show brought to you by Montana Custom Log Homes. Now, we talk about how great they are, but we mean it because, well, they'll take care of you. Every house is customized to you. It's made to order. They do everything from mortise and tenon joinery to steel joinery and every combo in between. We already mentioned the 3 distinct divisions, milled, handcrafted, and timber frame. They have floor plans, or you can come in with your own. And they have the finest craftsmen, over 50 years experience, and will build you a home that's crafted to last for generations. Visit Montana Custom Log Homes at yourcustomlog.com to get started on your dream log home today. All right, quick break. Alex Eschelman joins us next. Jason Walker Show.
Strength, beauty, grit, superior craftsmanship. Our homes have it all. At Montana Custom Log Homes, if you can dream it, we can build it. With 3 divisions and over 50 years experience, we've got you covered. From a showcase home to a small cabin, we make your vision a reality. Because every cowboy wants a castle for his queen. Montana Custom Log Homes, crafting homes that last for generations.
Father's Day is coming fast, and what more would that great dad in your life want than a full detail from Auto Concepts? Or maybe he would just prefer a lift kit. It's also camping season, and now is the perfect time to outfit that rig with a winch just in case. Auto Concepts is your home for everything for your vehicle, including updating your car stereo system too. Auto Concepts also has gift certificates for dad or yourself. Visit AutoConceptsHelena.com. Auto Concepts, the auto enhancement professionals.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Mike Miller in Helena today. Everyone knows about Dinner's Done Right and the convenience of the cook and carry cuisines. It's so easy to just stop by and you have something for dinner that night. But there's also one more thing you need to know about. Dinner's Done Right Grab and Go Salad Bar. Yes, I said salad bar. Always the freshest ingredients, along with a daily soup and nacho bar too. So the next time you are in a rush or you just want to eat healthy, stop by Dinner's Done Right for the soup, salad, and nacho bar. For monthly menus and more info, it's dinnersdoneright.com.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rucker's Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rucker's, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $299. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Welcome back to the Jason Walker Show.
Welcome back, Jason Walker Show on a Wednesday. The segment brought to you by Ruckers Furniture. Make the quality choice for your home at Ruckers Furniture, 1010 Dearborn Helena. Still to come, Great Falls High standout Reed Harris, who's heading off to Boston College. We'll talk to him. And on this day in history, much more still to come. Don't forget, Monday night, 7 p.m., Jefferson High Gymnasium, the special board meeting regarding football coach Clint Lang. Hopefully a right is wronged, or a wrong is righted, and he gets his job back. Tomorrow, Flint Rasmussen joins us. Maybe we'll call it That's What He Said. But it is brought to you by Dinner's Done Right. It is called That's What She Said, and it is none other than our great friend, ABC Fox Montana sports reporter Alex Eschelman. How are you?
I'm doing well, Jason. I'm a little tired of the spring sporadic weather,
right?
But it's okay. We're at the end of the road with it. I think we're entering summer slowly but surely. That's what the mindset is. How are you doing?
I'm good. I was like, we worked together for the first time in a year and a half, a few weeks ago in Bozeman at the rodeo, had a great time, and then you just blew us off for 2 weeks. Well, actually, I took a week off, and then you forgot last week.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's an interesting time with spring sports, and you know this because things are constantly going, and then the next second they're canceled, and then they're rescheduled. And so you're just in this interesting place of thinking you have your day planned out, and then all of a sudden, boom, it's snowing, things are canceled, and you're like, okay, what am I supposed to do with my day?
Yeah, exactly. I golfed today, and now we have a winter storm warning. So
right,
it's Montana.
Exactly.
That's why we live here. It's why we love it.
That's right.
There we go. It is That's What She Said, brought to you by Dinner's Done Right, and Alex Eschelman, our guest, SWX, ABC Fox Montana sports reporter. All right, let's talk spring game, because after that, the transfer portal lit up for Montana State. And I think we're going to see that at schools all over, Alex, because, well, it's just the kind of the way it is. You get a taste of the spring ball, you figure out, okay, I'm going to be like the fourth guy. I should go try to go somewhere else. What's your thoughts?
Well, as you brought that up, I just want to refer to my Twitter right now of all the retweets of go to what you're talking about. Demarius Hosey is the most recent. TJ Session. We've got Charles Brown. We've got Cole Snyder. I mean, it is true. There have been a handful within the past couple of days. You're like, oh, okay, this guy's in the transfer portal. This guy's in the transfer portal. This guy's in the transfer portal. But I think, I don't feel like I can I'm not an expert on the transfer portal, obviously, and, what goes into all these decisions. But I do think that, or I would assume that there are, from what I've learned from covering Coach Vegan and the football team, that there are conversations about, this type of stuff. And this is a part of college football now. And I think that, at the end of the day, it comes down to the player and what they want out of their college career, and that could be a number of things. I mean, we're even seeing, basketball players and, transferring as of recent as well. And so I think a lot of it could come down to they want to be closer to home. They want to get more playing time. They, maybe the coaching staff or maybe whatever, it's not the best fit for them. And I think that there is, as weird as it is, because you want to believe that there's this innocence that comes along with college sports, there is also a business side to it. And I think that there is a mutual understanding when somebody wants to pick up and leave, and or a coach says, you're not going to be, this guy's going to be starting over you, or we're bringing these guys in that's probably going to have a little better of a chance. I think it's a very interesting situation. What do you think?
No, I agree. And it's just, I don't know. Nick Saban's not a big fan of it, I know, because it's become a money deal in the big conferences for sure.
Totally.
But, I mean, you look at the football, Cats and Grizz both. You look at basketball, Cats and Grizz both. You don't really see it a lot in the women's basketball, but you see it a lot with the guy. I mean, I think the Grizz have 6 guys right now in the portal, or have recently a couple of them signed somewhere else. The Cats picked up a guy from Idaho State last week in basketball, but they've got 4 or 5 Danny Sprinkle now in the transfer portal. So it's just interesting, and I guess it's a good thing, but it's frustrating at times, especially if you're that coaching staff that puts all that energy into recruiting a kid, and then the kid says, going somewhere else.
Yeah, Anna, I was a little surprised by the guys, at least the football team that did enter the transfer portal. I don't know what you thought, but I was like, wow, TJ Session. I mean, some guys that definitely did have a good amount of production last year. I know that, and so it is a little interesting. But again, I think the transfer portal is something that even the coaches and the players, I think everybody's still trying to figure out this new age of collegiate athletics. And you're right, Nick Saban, I just saw that quote that you're referring to, and he said it on a podcast or something, saying that you essentially can buy players now. I mean, that's what this is.
Yep. Alex Eschelman joining us. That's what she said, brought to you by Dinner's Done Right. All right, spring scrimmage. Tommy Malott, I guess, looks healthy, looks good. Deep ball looks good for all the quarterbacks, and some unknowns kind of shine, which is usually the case in a spring practice. Your takeaways?
Yeah, I think, well, first of all, thank goodness the weather cleared up, right? I mean, I don't know if you saw my Wake Up Montana live hits from 8 to 9 in the morning, but there was about 3 inches of snow on the field. It was just a nice little spring whiteout, and it was thankfully not very cold, but boom, by 1 p.m. kickoff, it was completely cleared. That's a big thanks to the snowplow guy and everybody who was out there scraping the snow and off the field. But thankfully it was clear. My takeaways, I think first and foremost, I think Tommy Malott, like you said, looks healthy. I think that he has done a great job of filling in that leadership role. I'm also really pleased to see the depth of the quarterback group. I mean, Sean Chambers had a great day. Jordan Reed had a great day. I think that was a big goal that the team can kind of scratch off their list a little bit.
Yep.
So I think that was a really, really positive thing about the spring game. Another thing, I mean, Willie Peace stepping up to the plate. Robbie Alston had a great day. I mean, I think especially too how close that game was. It was as good of a spring scrimmage as you could get. It was suspenseful. It came down to the 2-minute mark. And I think that, being able to have that type of high pressure situation for the team was really, really good to kind of cap off spring ball. What do you think, Jason?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't get a chance to watch all of it, but from what I saw, what I read, I mean, it's a spring game. I don't get too excited like, the teams do, like fans do. I mean, goodness, you get 40,000 people at an SEC spring game. It's like, holy cow, people find a life. But
people love their football.
They definitely do. And to me, the big question mark is going to be the defense next year and how that all comes together. And I know a bunch of guys didn't play in the spring, being held out with injuries and recovering and things like that. But, just like the Grizz, it's as good a spring scrimmage as you can get. The coaches are going to be positive. They're going to find things to work on for the next few months.
Totally.
And they'll all get back to work the end of July, first week of August. So that's that. Speaking of football real quick, 2 final football notes.
Yeah.
Brent Vegan and Trisha Binford both getting new contracts along with Danny Sprinkle. Take me through these.
Well, I think, to end on your point, it is going to be interesting to see the defense, how the defense shapes up this season. I think the biggest storyline is, what is this team's identity going to be after coming off of such an unexpected, pleasantly surprising year? And it's not surprising, I mean, in terms of the talent of the players. I mean, you were stacked. That's another part of the storyline. Like, who is going to fill those big gaps of the Lewis kid and Tui and Troy and, Chase Benson and that whole D line. It's just going to be really interesting to see how people are going to be able to step up and kind of live up to this expectation of hopefully making it back to their goal of the national championship. Obviously a long ways to go from there, but that is their ultimate goal, to kind of finish what they started. But the contract question, they all go, they're 4-year contract extensions for Vegan and Ben. And I think all the contract and chime in here for me because I don't know the exact things, but they all go through 2026.
I think so. Yeah. 20, somewhere around there. Yeah.
25, 26. And Coach Vegan spoke on it after the spring game and just said, I'm so excited to be, it's just really exciting, the things that are happening. And we've been talking about this, but it's just a good group of people within the Montana State Athletic Department right now. And I think that they all realize that. And Coach Vegan made a really good point. He said, our energy feeds off of the women's basketball team's energy, the men's basketball team's energy. Like it all coincides and kind of comes together and motivates these teams and the coaches as well. So I think the fact that, Coach Ben's awesome because she's going into her 18th, 17th, 18th season. But to be able to see Coach Vegan and Danny Sprinkle all really invest and really be passionate about taking these programs to the next level is really cool.
Yep. No, I completely agree. That's what she said. Alex Eschelman, brought to you by Dinner's Done Right. All right. Final football question, but Troy Anderson, have you talked to him? What's the talk? There's a lot of, is it Friday? Is it early Saturday? Where's he going in the draft? And what are you hearing?
So I am hearing that it's a Friday situation.
Okay.
I've also heard through the grapevine that he's probably having some type of gathering. And I've also heard that the athletic department, the digital team will be able to get there and get footage and video. I don't know if media will be able to be there. I have spoken with Troy, and he said that he'll be able to send me some pictures or videos, whatnot. Very grateful for that. And also it's one of those situations too, where that's a really special moment. Yep. So you want them to be able to have the moment that they want to have with whoever they want to have it with. Yep. So just the fact that he's going to be able to share some of those pictures and videos and along with the athletic department is really appreciated. And I actually spoke with RJ Fitzgerald today. I'm trying to get accumulation of people who have been a part of his athletic upbringing. And I spoke with RJ today. I love all the guys, but he's up there for me. Top 3, especially with this team. He's awesome. And we were just, he was telling me stories about, I said, are you going one-on-one up against Troy? Are you scared of him? Have you ever been scared of him? He's like, well, I may or may not have had a 12th birthday party. And we were playing pickleball or whatever it was. I'm wiffle ball. It was wiffle ball. And he may or may not have slit his leg open on a bicycle. And he may or may not have cried a little bit or something. It was just this funny story about RJ eventually being like, no, I'm not afraid of Troy. I'm not afraid of him. And then he proceeded to say, I said, are you, because we've had conversations about this. I said, okay, who's the better fly fisherman? Because I know both of them love to fly fish. And he was like, hands down, Troy.
Well,
hands down, Troy.
There's anything he's not good at?
It's a good question. I'll have to follow that one up with RJ. So RJ was born and raised in Ennis, moved to Dillon in 4th grade. And he said ever since then, he just, he was like, people have just known. They've just known that he's this special talent. So hopefully, I'm hoping to get in touch with his high school coach and both football and basketball, and just get to hear from some more people around Dillon who have helped raise him into being that athlete that he is.
Well, it's awesome to watch the talk, and we saw this with Dante Olson a couple years ago with the Grizz, is the excitement behind it, the moving up the draft boards, all of that, and the national exposure that he's getting, and MSU. I talked to Jace Lewis, who played for the Grizz, and he's like, man, I hope he goes as high as possible. I mean, he's a stud.
Totally.
And, Jace was a great linebacker too. So it's not like, they're rivals, but there's a lot of respect from Jace Lewis to Troy Anderson. So that's pretty cool. Year of the Bobcat continues, Alex. The men's tennis team winning at least a share of the conference title. Big win over the Grizz last weekend. And it just continues on campus. It's amazing, the success that everybody's having. And now it's tennis's turn.
I know. I mean, what more could you ask for, Jason? And I always like to point out Bethany Cordell, that is her quote, year of the Bobcat. And I remember when she tweeted that after the men's team also clinched the Big Sky Championship title. And she tweeted that, and it is just, it's one of those statements that is just ringing true and is such a defining statement to this entire year for the entire athletic department. It really is the year of the Bobcat. And being able to watch, first of all, the tennis team, those dudes are so awesome. They're so nice. They're funny, and they're so enjoyable to be around. Not to mention, they're from all over the country, so you learn so much about where they're from and the cultures that they kind of all bring to the table. And I love going to their matches and seeing them compete. Also, I have to add, I thought the Cat Grizz rivalry in football was intense. I don't know.
Really?
I don't know. That tennis, Cat Grizz tennis might take the cake.
Really?
No, it's intense.
Wow.
It is intense. There was almost a brawl on the court. I mean, Brawl of the Wild. There was literally there was almost an altercation on the court. Wow. And that was not like, there were passive aggressive comments being made. It was just, you could feel it. You could feel the tension even more because it's silent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like in football, it's high intensity, it's aggressive, people are screaming at each other. In tennis, you have to obviously like keep your cool and have good etiquette, but it is right on the edge.
Well, the video after the final point of the team rushing and I mean,
right.
There's a lot of people there, and I've gone to tennis matches at MSU where there might be 30 people in the stands or around, but that was a lot of people there over the weekend when the Cats beat the Grizz for that. Daniel Jones volleyball has his work cut out for him because everybody else is winning conference championships. So he's got to find himself a championship next fall.
All in due time, Jason. I think, the best thing about Coach Jones to me is, first of all, they've had solid seasons. I mean, yes, they haven't won a championship, but they're not sucking by any means. No. That's the first thing. The second thing is he is one of those coaches that cares so much about developing strong, independent women. And you can feel that every time you're on the court, watching them practice, hearing him talk to the players, getting to interview him. Like, to me, and I think we can all agree on this, sports, it's corny to say, sports, so much more than just a game, so much more than competition. It's really what you learn in your sport that you take into your everyday life. And I think that he's so much more to me of like a mentor and somebody that is really working on developing strong women and being a woman in covering sports and being able to watch that is really empowering.
Alex Eschelman joining us. That's what she said, brought to you by Dinner's Done Right. We know how good the track and field teams are. Golf women just wrapped up and performed well. I think they took sixth or seventh in the conference. It's just it's exciting times. And now we have spring sports hitting the home stretch here. We have a month left in the spring sports season. as far as the high schools go, and it's there's a lot of excitement down there in Bozeman, across the state, even for the softball, for the track, for everything going on right now. And what are you working on this week?
That's a good question, Jason. Like I said at the beginning of our episode,
you just never know.
If it stays sunny and warm. I just got off the phone with activities director Mark Gator. I said, "Hey, Mark, I just want to go over everything that's going on tomorrow. Do you think these will happen?" He goes, "I have no idea." And he said, "I'm so sorry, Alex. I wish I could tell you, but we very well could be rescheduling our crosstown tennis match today to tomorrow." And I'm like, "No worries, Mark. Just checking in.
Yep.
Just wanting to see." He's like, "Shoot me a text at noon and we'll figure it out from there." I'm like, "Okay, perfect. Fingers crossed. Let's hope that it all works out." But rest of the week, I mean, draft coverage. I've talked to all the guys beyond Troy, and I just said, "Hey, I know it's super unpredictable, but if you get there, which I sure hope you do, send me anything you get, pictures, videos, reaction. I want to hear about it." So keep an eye out for that. And then there's actually a run for Warriors in Quiet Waters, Sweat for the Vets, on Saturday. It's the 9th annual event, and I will be covering that as well. So a great organization and really making a important impact. So excited to be there.
I do have one bone to pick with you. I saw you a couple weeks ago after the spring rodeo in Missoula. You were helping judge the cheer tryouts, and you were wearing a Grizzly shirt. And
you know what, Jason? I hate to say it, but I was proudly wearing, I don't hate to say it, I was proudly wearing the maroon that day. Okay. And here's why. You know I love the Bobcats.
Right.
You know I love the Bobcats. But I love my cheer people more.
Ooh,
and anything that I can do to help out my cheer community, that I will do. And Tessa Nato, she is one of our news reporters in Missoula. She's now the coach of the Grizz cheer team with her husband, Kellen. And they're like, "We need some judges. Can you do it?" I'm like, "Tell me when and where, I'm there." And it was really, really fun. It was a great experience. I got to throw up a stunt. I got to throw a standing tuck. I was reliving my glory days on and off the screen, on and off the camera. And like I said, as much as I love my Bobcat, here's the deal. Also, I went to U of A. I'm a Wildcat. I hate the Sun Devils. And I hope my good friend and news reporter Madison Atkinson heard me say that in the other room. She's laughing. That is my loyalty. At the end of the day, I don't have a dog in the fight between the Cat and the Grizz. However, I do love the Bobcats. But when it comes to the cheer teams, I'll help out either one.
Okay, I think I have the video here. I think you can see it, but
sorry.
Oh, so beautiful. There you go.
Yep. This is called a Cupie.
Okay.
And this guy was awesome. He was so good. That was the first stunt I had done since college.
Okay.
So I was a little nervous.
I could tell.
Yeah, I was a little nervous, but I'll tell you this much. It was muscle memory. I was like, okay, I totally feel like I can do this. But also I felt it the next day too.
Oh, did you?
Like, wow. Yes.
Okay.
The legs were sore.
Man, well, okay. Why is it called that? You guys have funky terms in cheerleading and dance. Why is it called a Cupie?
That's a good. You know what? I don't know the history of why it is called a Cupie.
Now, is it like QP or is it like Cupid without the D?
It's like I've always pictured it as Cupid without the PID. QP.
Okay. So.
But you know what? Next Wednesday, I'm going to come with this answer.
Okay.
I am going to Google this as soon as we get off this episode, and I'm going to understand the definition and why it is called a Cupie. All I know is it's the guy's holding the girl up on one hand. You squeeze your feet together. You put your weight in the balls of your feet, and you just squeeze everything and you lift up. I mean, that's all you can say.
I'm scared of heights, so I give you credit on that. It is Gummy Bear Day. Are you a fan of gummy bears?
I'm a fan, I'm a fan of any sweet. I'm a sweet tooth through and through.
Okay.
But I would not say that gummy bears are even in my top 3 favorite candy.
Okay. What is in your top 3?
Good question. Are we talking chocolate or are we talking like sugary? I mean, I'll tell you this, Kit Kat bars, Crunch bars,
nice.
Twix bars. We have Kit Kat and Twix bars in our office, like a little bowl of them, and they are gone within a day. And our front desk guys had to hide the candy. And it's like a little game that we play in our little breaks coming in and out of just running around.
Okay.
When it comes to regular, I mean, I was obsessed. I was a sour Skittle fiend when it went to like going to the movie theater and getting a candy of choice. I'll go with that.
Okay. My little
What's
one,
yours?
I'm a big fan of Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
Can't go wrong.
No, and I like to put them in the fridge, get them nice and
Can't go
cold,
wrong.
and then I get a cup of milk, and then I break them up like a cookie, and then I eat them with a spoon out of my cup of milk.
Fancy, Jason.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got the little one wanting to do that now, too. And she's a big fan of mini Starburst.
Ooh, mini Starburst. Ooh,
well,
you gotta go classic normal Starburst. But I guess for a little gal, mini Starburst.
Yeah, and we build a fort on the daddy-daughter weekends when the wife's out of town, and we have mini Starburst while we watch Disney movies.
Oh, that's fun. I love that.
Yeah, I do too.
Gold star for being a good dad.
Thank you. She turns 4 on Sunday, so I've got to make sure I wish her a happy birthday before I forget.
Good.
She'll be
good. Yeah, we'll do a little. We'll sing happy birthday to her next episode.
Ooh, there you go. Alex, appreciate it as always. I missed you the last couple of weeks, but keep up the great work, and you can follow her on Twitter at Alex Eschelman, and there you go. Anything else? I think we got it all. You got a new poster behind you, though. I see.
Say that again?
You have a new poster behind you, I think.
No. It's the same.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's just a different angle. See, you still have him.
Oh, okay. Well, I've never seen that angle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I like it.
But nope. Jason, you know what? Always a pleasure to be on your show, and we get to do this again next Wednesday.
You are the best. Alex Eschelman, ABC Fox Montana, SWX Montana sports reporter. Check her out, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you, Jason. Always a pleasure. See you next week.
That's what she said, brought to you by Dinner's Done Right, and she is the best. All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll come back, and when we return, Reed Harris joins us about why he decided to go to Boston College. Great Falls High Bison. That is next. This is the Jason Walker Show, segment brought to you by Rucker's Furniture. Make the quality choice for your home at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rucker's Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rucker's, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $289. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Everyone knows about Dinner's Done Right and the convenience of the cook and carry cuisines. It's so easy to just stop by and you have something for dinner that night. But there's also one more thing you need to know about. Dinner's Done Right Grab and Go Salad Bar. Yes, I said salad bar. Always the freshest ingredients along with a daily soup and nacho bar too. So the next time you are in a rush or you just want to eat healthy, stop by Dinner's Done Right for the soup, salad, and nacho bar. For monthly menus and more info, it's dinnersdoneright.com.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Mike Miller in Helena today.
Strength, beauty, grit, superior craftsmanship. Our homes have it all. At Montana Custom Log Homes, if you can dream it, we can build it. With 3 divisions and over 50 years experience, we've got you covered. From a showcase home to a small cabin, we make your vision a reality. Because every cowboy wants a castle for his queen. Montana Custom Log Homes, crafting homes that last for generations.
This is the Jason Walker Show.
Jason Walker Show, final segment inside the Above All Handyman Services Man Cave. Check them out. They do great work, great tile work. And, well, they help build this great spot that we get to hang out in and call home every day. So make sure you check out Above All Handyman Services for all of your remodel needs. They will get it done. There's no question about that. 465-3483, also available in Colorado Springs. Let's see. We've got some golf results coming your way, but last week I got the chance to speak with Great Falls High Bison Jr., Reed Harris, who committed a couple of weeks ago to Boston College, and he joins us on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline.
Well, Reed, it's been about a week since you announced your decision, but how you feeling? Are you still committed?
Yeah, I'm still committed to Boston College, and it kind of feels like all the weight in the world is just kind of lifted off my shoulders, and I can kind of just focus on school. The next football season coming up, and there's a lot of things to worry about, but at the same time, you still have to figure out what you want to do for the next 5 years of your life.
Right. Take me through the decision process, because you had a lot of offers from a lot of different places, including here in the state, but why BC?
So I took an unpaid there. It's a great experience. I love my student campus, and it was a lot as much as spring practice, and I got to see the spring game also. And afterwards, I got a call because a lot of kids are starting. So I gave my mom a phone call and back, and I told him that I was ready.
Talking with Reed Harris, the Great Falls High senior, who has announced the decision to go play football at Boston College, and we're having a couple of issues, I think, with your connection, but we'll try to get that figured out. But Reed, when you look at Boston College, how is it the best fit for you?
When I took the visit there, it kind of had everything that I needed in college. The campus was perfect. Everything's within walking distance, right outside the city. So it's not really involved with all the craziness that kind of goes on in the city. And the program there is amazing. All of us have NFL and college experience. They know me the best player that I could be. And I was a top priority of them offensively, which appealed to me a lot because that really showed me that I would go there and actually get something out of my experience. But a lot of kids actually go to college kind of just to fit in, and I wanted to actually make a chance and kind of represent Great Falls, Montana.
Well, you're going to get a great chance in, big-time football out there on the East Coast in the ACC. You get to play Notre Dame every year. You're going to get to play some great powerhouses. The problem is you're moving to receiver. You've never caught a pass, really, since little kid days of football. But why the change of position?
A lot of schools started recruiting me as a receiver, like a position. Started doing me a lot, and outside, I jump in with the receivers and start catching some balls, and that that was a lot of fun for me, and I got to play receiver for the first time in the 7-on-7 tournament. And since then, it's just been amazing for me, and still working out at quarterback. And I'll probably play a good amount of quarterback this year for my final season. And every now and then I'll jump in a receiver, but just to make sure the team is going off in the right direction. My coach will put me where he needs to put me.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to listen to Coach for sure. You've had, some different coaches in your career. How has that made you a better person and a better player?
I feel like having good coaches throughout my career is it's given me the ability to be able to coaching style. Because you know what to expect, but you don't really know how it's going to hit you when you start off. So being able to have a new head coach for my final senior season, it'll be a change, but it'll be a good change.
Have you thought about your studies out there? What are you going to study in Boston?
I haven't yet decided what I want to study when I go to college.
Which you have time. So it's not, it's not like it's a, hey, make this decision now. Reed Harris joining us, Great Falls High Bison standout. And when you look at this upcoming football season, what do you need to improve on, obviously, outside of, receiving part of things?
For me personally, I definitely need to improve on just my flexibility overall on the offensive side of the ball, because you never know what to expect when you get to the college level. Because for me, I was recruited as an athlete and a receiver, so if receiver doesn't work out, I can always be ready to jump into the next position that the coaches put me in. And overall for the team, we have a lot of young guys coming in. We graduated a lot of seniors that were key for us. And getting them teached up so that they can know all the formations and plays, it's going to be big for us. And hopefully it all works out and little run-throughs. So hopefully they can move it over to the season and work on it through the summer.
Yeah, you obviously have some work to do. You got to get through the track season first. How's that going?
Track season pretty good. I've only gotten to run in one meet this year because of different football camps and 7-on-7 tournaments. Coming up tomorrow, we have the Boys Invitational at the Dahlberg Stadium in Butte.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be running in 3 events, and I'll be doing long jump also. So hopefully I can compete with a lot of the best guys in the state.
So you're looking to surpass 23 feet in the long jump this year, get under 11 seconds in the 100. Can it be done?
Yeah, I hope it can be done. I'm hoping to run 10 and 100. I feel like that'll give me a good shot at winning the 100 at state. I know talking with Malachi Simpson, joking around with each other about it'll be really good. And in the 200, it's always a fun race at the end of the meet. So holding a consistent time throughout the season is going to be big for me. And then our 4-bow and also
You're 6'5". You still around 200?
Yeah, I'm sitting at 210 right now.
Okay, all right. Are you going to play all the sports next year, or just focus on football?
I'm definitely be playing football, and I'm going to be going out for track next year, but so far I haven't decided if I'll be playing basketball yet, just because of the amount of it's kind of like a high risk, low reward kind of thing, because I'm committed and I don't really want to get injured, so I'll need to think about that for a little bit.
Well, don't think about injuries, because that's when they happen, so you just got to think the positives, my man.
Yeah.
Hey, Reed, it's a pleasure to chat with you. Excited to see what you can do your senior season. And thanks for joining us. And keep up the great work, and we'll talk to you during the football year. How's that?
Sounds good.
That is Reed Harris joining us on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline from our conversation last week. And all of our guests appear via the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. It's not just a bundle. It's your home. It's your auto. It's your life. Mike understands that. Get a hold of Mike Miller State Farm in Helena today. Let's do On This Day in History. It is April the 27th. It is National Administrative Professionals Day, Denim Day, Gummy Bear Day, Babe Ruth Day, Prime Rib Day. I'm not a fan of prime rib. And it is National Tell a Story Day as well. On this date, 1908, the fourth modern Summer Olympic Games opened up in London. 1944, Boston Brave Jim Tobin with a no-hitter of Brooklyn. 1947, Babe Ruth Day celebrated at Yankee Stadium and throughout the country. Rocky Marciano retired undefeated as the heavyweight boxing champ on this date, 1956. Kansas City Royals pitcher Steve Busby no-hit Detroit, 1973. And in 1983, on this date, Nolan Ryan becomes a strikeout king, passing Walter the Big Train Johnson. And Nolan, that's a record that'll never be touched. 7 no-hitters, all the one-hitters he had. I mean, he was so good. Happy birthday today, Sheena Easton, born on this date in 1959. For your eyes only, take the 9 to 5 morning train. Strut, Sugar Walls, great. Love Sheena Easton. Born in Glasgow, Scotland. And on this date in 1984, over 70 inches of snow fell at Red Lake, Montana. Montana's got some unbelievable weather. We're going to see more of it this weekend. No question about that, too.
We're almost at the end of the show. What did we learn? And what did he miss? Time for the walk-off.
The walk-off presented by Cafe Zydeco, where the Big Easy meets the Big Sky. Make sure you stop in and grab some fantastic Cajun food. It is the best this side of New Orleans. And, man, love Cafe Zydeco. Love having them on board. They've been with us since day one. And appreciate everybody at Cafe Zydeco here in Helena, also in Bozeman and Billings. Golf results in Missoula Class B. Jefferson boys take first. The girls took second. Celie Chapman winning first. Jesse Harris seventh for the girls. Tyson Lee took third for the boys. Preston Field fourth. Luke Ekman seventh. And congratulations, that Jefferson High golf team under Anna DeMars is really, really good. And they're fun to watch. They've got some great talent for sure. That'll do it, I think. We've had a fun show. Great show. Don't forget, tomorrow we're back with the legendary entertainer of the PBR, Flint Rasmussen, joins us. PBR wrapping up its regular season in Billings this weekend. Also, Nicole Reeby will talk tennis tomorrow as well. Thanks to Alex Eschelman. That's what she said. Reed Harris from Great Falls High for joining us today. If you missed anything, go to jasonwalkershow.com. The walk-off presented by Cafe Zydeco. Make sure you stop in. Grab a po' boy tonight. I love it. We'll see it again tomorrow, 4 p.m. in the Above All Handyman Services Man Cave. This is another presentation of The Jason Walker Show.
The Jason Walker Show is produced by the Jason Walker Media Company. Any reuse, rebroadcast, or retransmission without the express written consent of the Jason Walker Show is strictly prohibited. Just listen, watch, and enjoy.